back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about what is going on with McDonald's. So on TikTok there are a lot of alleged claims. I'm saying allegedly. I don't want to get in trouble. A lot of alleged claims where people have found human remains mixed up in their meat. For those who are not watching this live, I'm going to start talking more about the topic when I start getting a little bit more people coming in. So just skip like 3 to 5 minutes. Hi, I see someone send me hearts. Who do I have here in my channel right now? Okay. So, let me go over here. When it says, Hi, al-salam. Peace be upon you. I love that. Peace be upon you too. Awesome. How's your day? Okay. I'm going to pull this up in a second. I already ate. I'm glad. I already ate. Ha 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 ha. That's good. I'm glad you already ate. I'm glad you're doing awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot. 1 second. Boah, ha 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 ha. You guys will see something in 2 seconds. What did you eat? Aha! Vampire is back. Jesus King Toronto. Hello, Yvonne. Welcome. Okay, I think I scared someone with the vampires. So, I have saved a lot of these videos on being careful what has been found inside the meat of McDonald's. You guys have to be so careful. Do you guys remember like that movie they made us watch in school, like Super Size Me, I think it was? Every year I had to watch it. Okay. Allegedly, human remains have been found in McDonald's meat. We had that, or was it? I'm just gonna play some of these TikToks so you can listen to it. This is a girl that's talking about it.
Was serving people human meat for 7 months, and nobody found out until one of the employees found a wedding ring. I forget that most. I hear about the McDonald's.
So wait, that one was in Germany. Let me see if that it actually happened. The problem with McDonald's is that they're really good at scrubbing the internet. And these are all alleged claims. So, I don't know. I really don't trust the AI Google has too on top of that. I'll just play some of the, because it's not just Germany that they had this story, right? In one specific McDonald's, but that one could be fake, but there's like
Germany that was serving people human meat for 7 months, and nobody found out until one of the employees found a wedding ring engraved in one of the meats. Yes. So at this McDonald's, the manager wanted to cut costs so they could make more profit. They started to purchase their meat wholesale from a local meat supplier. The meat supplier was way more affordable, and it just made sense for the company. One day when one of the employees was a 19-year-old employee named Emma, she was literally preparing burgers. She found something hard inside one of the burgers. She pulled it out, and it was a wedding ring engraved "Forever Yours, Anna 2018." She told the manager, and the manager called the police immediately. The police did an investigation, and turns out the meat was human meat. The local meat supplier that McDonald's had switched over to, that local meat supplier was literally in business with a corrupt funeral home owner, and that funeral home owner was literally selling him those bodies. And the local meat supplier was also taking the bodies from the funeral home, and he was just taking homeless people off the street that had nobody checking for them. He would mix 70% real beef with 30% human meat. That's why his prices were so cheap. When the police raided the local meat supplier's place, they found everything from human flesh to beef mixed with human meat. It was disgusting. Backtrack because they were trying to let all of the customers know what they had been eating. Over 2,400 people ate human flesh and human meat. And the police also did research and saw that when they started serving the human meat, sales went up by 40%. People were like, oh my God, like, give me some more of this special meat. It tastes different but better. That is wild. That McDonald's is now shut down permanently. And of course, everyone was arrested. That is.
So this story is from Official Fine China on TikTok. This. I have to say allegedly because I can't get sued. This is all alleged. And it was a specific location in Germany, and they were serving it for 7 months until they shut down. Of course, McDonald's is very good at marketing and scrubbing the internet. I can't say if it's true or not, but it is interesting, and I do have other encounters of people, and I will play that in a second. Let me catch up to the comments. Okay. Paul says, here in Europe, many people call McDonald's Mac Murder. Oh my God. KFC is also known as killed from chemicals. Yeah, you know what's funny? I hadn't ate McDonald's in so long, and recently I started eating like I like the little chicken wraps because my boyfriend likes, like, he'll grab that occasionally, and so I started kind of eating that again. And you know what? I shouldn't. It's not, just don't eat McDonald's. Honestly, it's not healthy for you. Whatever, just make it at home. Find an alternative. I'm telling this to myself too. Clara says, heart. Thanks, Santa says, damn, you're so freaking sexy. That's so nice. Muhammad says, I don't eat McDonald's anyways. That's good, you know. I swear you said, oh, thanks, Santa. And then it says, hi. Okay, cool. So I have a few other ones to play because this is not the first time that we hear. Also, this is a little... Hello, welcome, Country Kirby. This is a little... How do I say this? I have to be careful on how I say this. But with the human meat McDonald's thing, Mr. Putin said that Americans are eating themselves and they don't even know it, right? And now there are a lot of people talking about McDonald's having potential some mix of human meat. They found teeth and all that. Let me see.
Investigation and information on that. The FBI has been following for 3 days. Here on 7 Action News, is a Detroit business buying and selling human body? And what was inside the business? It may shock you. 7 Action News investigator Jim Kirchner is live with the very latest tonight. And Jim, is this part of that investigation? Is that winding down at all yet?
It is indeed, Jeff. Take a live look behind me. This is what's left of the FBI evidence recovery team inside this car. And take a look at this vehicle. We believe this is the owner of the business just returning to take back
This is from, like, they're reporting on a local McDonald's.
Possession of his business. More on that in a second. But take a look. Another busy day out here on Detroit's east side, just down the road from City Airport. Sources say they have removed several boxes of what is believed to be human remains. Sources say many, many people. This was a big operation. And get this, inside this business, a saw used to cut up.
You know what's funny? This one, I find it less reliable than the previous girl because, and this is all alleged, it's just trending. The previous girl, because I feel like this might be Sora, this little news thing, because this was posted recently. Let me see some older ones that I've taken. This one was posted before Sora was open publicly for everyone, so this is on August 31st.
Genetic DNA evidence of children's teeth in the food, in the burgers, which linked it back to, was it not Wisconsin, Missouri?
And this is from the NBTV news channel.
Wyoming, one of those states that's in the middle of nowhere, where they actually found human meat inside one of the processing plants at McDonald's. And they said, we're not sure how it's happened. Maybe somebody fell in there and they haven't reported it. But between McDonald's closing, the reports of the Japanese McDonald's try to pass the buck, try to blame it on the Americans, saying, we got the food from the USA. It didn't come from here. And then they said, you know what? That's probably somebody playing a prank. But they're closing a lot of branches down at McDonald's. And McDonald's traditionally, Nick, the last 40, 50 years has been one of the safest franchises you could buy, because what they do is they do a very, very detailed demographic study of where you're going to put these McDonald's.
So again, this is all alleged. It's for fun, but it is trending on TikTok a little bit. I've saved some of these videos. The last one I showed you, I feel like it's a little less reliable. This one's more because it was before Sora. Let me catch up. Country Girl says human meat. It's my favorite glampire. Hello. My name is McJeff, and I'm glad I don't eat there. Yeah, the thing is, I started eating there again because I like their chicken wraps and their fries. Now I'm just like, Paul says, when you see the mascot Ronald McDonald, he looks like a psychopath clown. Yeah, a little bit. Muhammad says, a cat named Simba. Look at him. Yeah, cats are protectors, you know? I feel like they're meant to be, they're part of the family. Muhammad says, my cat name is Simba, I guess. Don't remember completely, but yeah, yes. Paul says, in Japan, there's only a few McDonald's. I think last time I took only 5 of them. I look only at 5 of them. There's only 5. Did you experience, okay. So, what was I going to say? So again, this is all alleged for fun. Yeah, that's creepy. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in school they made us watch Super Size Me, and the guy literally starts puking because he ate it 2 times, like in the beginning. I think it was a little bit of exaggeration, but it is pretty unhealthy for you anyways. So there's that, you know.
To some of your favorite menu items for the first time.
If McDonald's workers refuse to eat certain meats, there's a reason.
This was posted January, March, April 6th.
Some things sit too long, others aren't what they seem, and a few might make you question your life choices. So, before your next order,
this is the AI speaking, but they do have actual clips.
Let's talk about the meats you should absolutely avoid, starting with McRib. Ever wonder why the McRib keeps disappearing and coming back? It's not because McDonald's is creating demand. The truth is, it only returns when pork prices drop low enough. It's the boomerang of fast food. You throw it away, but it keeps coming back. What are you eating?
It's not even real rib. They make the rib. Like, listen.
Not actual ribs. It's ground pork shoulder and trimmings pressed into a rib shape. It's like ordering ribs and getting a cardboard cutout with wheels.
Yeah, they're just pressing it into a rib shape. So even like let's say this conspiracy is not true, blah, blah, it's just so unhealthy. Let's see what else here.
The fake shape is held together with meat glue. Yes, meat glue is real and not what you want to think about while eating. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry experiment. It once contained azotocarbonamide, used in yoga mats and shoe soles. When your sandwich shares ingredients with yoga equipment, you're getting more flexibility than you bargained for.
Remember when the Subway buns, they were using a similar thing that was used in yoga equipment too. Buy from local farmers if you can, honestly. And there's also videos trending of like factories in China making fake eggs and like selling it to people. I don't know if they're even real. This is all alleged because it, you know, like it's just like, oh, we can make you think this is a real egg, but it's all like syrup and shit. I don't know. Country Curry says, yes, buy from me, laugh out loud. Yes, buy from local farmers, please. I try to. I don't always do, but I do try. The food is way healthier. You're supporting your local farmer, small business, which is awesome. It's like a win-win, honestly. Paul says, yes, this Subway also has a very bad reputation. Yeah, I don't eat in Subway. It's funny because they have a deal with Google Maps, I noticed. Because if you put healthy foods near me, Subway always pops up. I'm like, they're not healthy. They try to promote themselves as healthy, but they have a lot of ingredients that are not real. Okay, let's see. Just kind of insane, I know. But yeah, that's a little rabbit hole that I've gone. Again, for suing purposes, this is all alleged, okay? Alleged. It could just be all made up conspiracy, but it is trending a lot, which is interesting. And again, just take care of your body, honestly. Buy from locals, cook homemade. It takes time, but it's so much more healthy for you. Yes, and it also feels good. Like, when you make it, you can really make it taste really good. I honestly do want to get chickens and stuff when I have land. That would be great. I am growing some vegetables, like in pots. Okay, so let's see. Dun 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 dun. I have like some green onions and little things. Okay. It's funny. All my stuff is like that I've saved is all about McDonald's, which is funny. What are your guys' take? Do you think it's real? Country Curry says chickens. Yes. Yeah, I would like to have chickens. It'd be nice. I want to have like I don't know, not like a crazy amount, just enough to like feed my family. Eventually, and plant more stuff. I they are funny that thought. Yeah. It has to be, the cats are indoors anyways. He's so cute. Look at him. And look at Mr. Skeleton here. We can go back to talking about vampires too, since we were talking about that earlier. By the way, my car's fixed. My boyfriend came and fixed it, which was awesome. I ran out there to help him. That's why I left earlier. Okay, so let's see. We were talking about how on Reddit there are a lot of encounters of vampires in New Orleans, and I'm obsessed. Like I'm so intrigued. They're definitely there. Also, for the people watching, if you guys have had any weird experiences, paranormal stuff, just let us know in the comments, because that's what we do. We just talk about our reality, whatever you think. And we just, I don't know, we share ideas. This is the whole point of this community. Paul says, have you seen also some countries use human milk for ice cream? Ew! I don't know why that grossed me out. I think it's like $20 for one scoop. I did not see that. That grossed me out. You saw my raw reaction to that too. I didn't even get to time to process it, which is funny. Conjure says, nice, shout out to the boyfriend. Yes, thank you. He knows how to fix anything. He's definitely a fixer. Rico says, Chubos, whoa. Conjure says, yeah. That sounds gross to me. Well, no, I should have mentioned this out loud. Ooh, I mean, if you have anything weird to contribute, please do. So ow. Were the casket girls there's a story so I'm reading this encounter where she's like, I briefly know the history of vampire lore in New Orleans, but sometimes something that stuck with me is how vampirism never left New Orleans. I remember reading about the casket girls, and they traveled to New Orleans, and their appearances resembled what they assumed to be vampires. But in modern times in New Orleans, vampires mean many different things. Some actually drink blood, maybe not in the way you see in movies, and some are called energy vampires. Essentially, they are fueled by your energy by taking it. Some also believe that vampires are what you would call someone who drains you of energy, someone who is toxic, but I don't think that version is what is known in New Orleans. Yeah, that's just if you're if you don't like someone, you call them that, basically. What I just read was from a girl named Katerina Romanova that's probably not her real name, but it's a beautiful name, in Reddit. Okay, let me catch up to the comments. Let's see. Well, no, and I should have mentioned this, laugh out loud. Paul says, it was funny reaction. It was fun. But yeah, it is true. Wop says, have you ever bit anybody before? Dun, dun, dun. I mean, look at Jeremy. Look. He has deceased. Condor says, all the comments you get, that's the one you reacted to the most. Love out. Yeah. Do people ever ask questions like that? Have you ever been in anyone? Dun dun dun. I mean, what does Jeremy think? Juan says, no. Juan Tran says, the breast milk vampire from Brazil is called Jaracaca. Ew. That was gross. You're right. Byron says, cool cat. Yeah, this is Simba. I've been listening to animal communicators. I'm just so intrigued by them. And it's crazy because, you know, I totally believe it. Yeah, like they have, just like we have a little spark that's a soul inside of us. They do too. You know, they have that spark in them too. And cats protect you spiritually. They're in this realm and the next. They're kind of like familiars, you know. And I don't know. That's just a note. So Juan is laughing. Have you ever heard of Count? So Wab says, have you ever heard of Count Saint Germain? He is immortal. He was seen throughout history. Interesting. Let's look that up. Count Saint Germain. So, the Count of Saint Germain, whose real name and origins remains unknown, was a European adventurer. Oh, I have heard of him. Adventurer who had interests and achievements in science, alchemy, philosophy, and arts. He was like people kept seeing him around. He was like forever young. Like everybody knew him. Like this guy he kept showing up in history throughout time, and he never aged at all. He was a vampire. Count of Saint Germain. So and he was like a rich chemist, so maybe he turned himself into a vampire. That's so interesting. I have heard of this man. Okay. So, and then if you have any more information, Juan, let us know, because I know you are very knowledgeable. Gui Hi says, hello, you guys. Happy spooky Halloween. Dun, dun, dun. Paul says, I love to see stories about cats. So many funny stories. Also, so many brave cats. They often save human lives and have the ability to make friends with all kinds of animals. Yet they're so intelligent and intuitive too. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like they protect you in the spiritual realm. Cats do. If you have a cat, you're highly protected. Gui Sosa says, what? Juan Catana says, oh, Orange Kitty. Yeah. This is Simba. He's my little baby. Isn't he the cutest? He's a little baby. He just falls asleep with me. He's very attached than compared to the other girl. The other girl's more independent. Juan says, Simba is sleepy. Yeah, he's trying to take a nap. I know. El follow Galash. Do I speak in... Are you trying to say English or I don't know what Galash means. I do Eño follow. Oh, Eñao follow. So you speak or you don't speak? Sorry. Did you drink blood today? Dun, dun, dun. Yes. And he's no longer with us. But he's happy. He's part of our family. Okay. So Doomslayer says, I has a cat. Ooh, Doomslayer. Tell me about your cat. What's the name of your cat? Also, the whole point for the people who are new here, my channel is to create a community where we all chat about weird things in our reality. It could be paranormal stuff, conspiracies, cats, spirituality, whatever you want. We're just an open community. If you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And you can also tell us your story. We'll talk about it. Okay. So Byron says, I believe cats are spiritual protectors. They choose people. This guy, he definitely chose me. I was not leaving. I was going to get a dog. Okay. He was like, you're not freaking getting a dog. You're getting me. I had gone to Petco to look at dog stuff because I wanted to get, at that time I wanted a King Charles Cavalier. And this dude was in like the little adoption place, and I'm walking by, and it's nighttime, okay? And all the cats are sleeping, and they have holes. I'm walking by it, and he sticks his paw out from the hole and proceeds to scream. Like paw out and screaming at me as I'm walking by. I was like kind of looking at them, paw out and screaming at me. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And he's like, you're not going anywhere. You're my mommy. Like the other ones are completely ignoring me sleeping, and this dude is like aggressively screaming, paw out. I was like, what? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I go and I talk to the cashier, and I'm like, what's the adoption agency for this cat? And they're like, oh, this is a phone number, call in the morning. So I call in the morning. It's like the day before Christmas Eve. And then she's like, you can have a play date, see if you guys are compatible. I go there, and she hands me Simba. And I fall in love immediately, and he does not let me go. He's like, bitch, you're coming with me. Like, he grabs me, and he starts, like, screaming, like, ah! And I'm like, oh, my God. And I've never had a cat, and I've never had a loud-ass animal, okay? And he was like, you are my mommy, and that's it. That, like, I was like, okay, I'm his mommy. I'm his mommy. I can't do, I have to take you home. I was gonna get a dog. Plans out the window. Out the window. He did not let me leave. He's like, no, I've chosen you. You. And now we kind of look alike, I feel like. But yes, he chose me. He chose me. And I was like, okay. And I love him so much. He's like my soulmate. Aren't you my soulmate? I love you so much. Do you guys have any stories where the cats or animals have chosen you? Or magical stories? Let us know in the comments below. Okay. So I'm going to catch up to the comments. Gui Souza says God's Bay. One says cats can see jinns and angels. Yes, I do believe that. Like, they are in this realm and the next. I have this guy and I have the other girl. And I feel actually they're both good at protecting, but I feel like the girl, the one that hides a lot, I think she protects the energy a lot. You see the cats roaming around, they're scaring bad energies from your home. They are protectors. I love that about them. And I do ghost tours, which is awesome because if I do cleanse after my ghost tours, now I've been better at it. But these cats, they will catch things too, and they'll shoo them away. Juan Catalan, if you have questions, I'll tell you guys about my ghost tours. Juan Catalan, because that's my job. Juan Catalan says, it's hard to get information on the Count of Saint Germain. So the Count of Saint Germain was a famous man, for the new people here, that everybody believed he was a vampire because he was seen through ages. He never aged. He looked exactly the same. And they're like, what? This man, just through history. And he was like rich and a chemist. There's so many legends. So maybe he did that to himself. I feel like I follow this guy that really talks about how science is basically magic. You know, like 200 years ago, we were to explain iPhones and stuff. They would have been like, magic. You know what I mean? There's so many legends that it is impossible to separate the fact from fiction. I even heard once that he helped make the Constitution of the U.S. Can you imagine? He's just been there for all history. Paul says, did you see any stories of cryptic bats? Ooh, I wonder what those are. Let's look that up. Also, if you guys like this type of content, make sure to like and heart the video and subscribe because I do live a lot. And yeah, we're just going to keep growing this community. We just share ideas together. Cryptid bats. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. What are they? Wait, is it like big? It says cryptid is widely considered to be Bigfoot. So, oh, it's like Bigfoot, but with bats? Ooh. Okay, that's super scary. Not only do you see Bigfoot in the forest, but he flies at you, and he's ginormous. It says mythical creature with bat-like features or association include Mayan death god or giant bat-like cryptid from Indonesia, and a Filipino creature that attaches its upper torso and grows wings. Ooh, scary. That is pretty spooky. Okay, so do you guys have any spooky stories? Let me know. I'll follow English. Yes, I speak English. How are you? Oh, cute ginger cat. I know he's my little baby. So WAP says, it was funny I didn't notice your cat at first. It was camouflaged in the couch. It's almost as if your cat appeared there. I know. Isn't he magical? My magical cat. Aren't you my magical cat? He was definitely meant to be in my life. At that time, I was going through a lot of stuff mentally, and he helped me a lot. He was meant to be in my life. Okay. So, Doomslayer says her name Matilda and she has thumbs. Who has thumbs? Okay, let me catch up. Show us the thumbs. The thumb. I don't have extra thumbs. Wait, is that a rumor? Paul would have 6 thumbs. Oh, I was thinking of this. No. Paul Denham says, yeah, that is what I like about your channel. You're a very topic channel, but I come here and learn, share paranormal mystery. Yeah, that's what we do. We just share mysterious things about this world, legends, paranormal encounters, conspiracy theories, whatever you want. That's the whole point of this community, and you guys have part of what the content creation is. Just let us know the stories and we all talk about it. So make sure to comment your experiences, ideas, and we just keep growing this awesome community. We're open community, very respectful. If you like this type of content, make sure to like the video. It does help promote my channel, and subscribe. Okay. So Conker says, I want the screaming cat. Yeah, no, I know. I did. He's calm right now, but he's a talker. He'll scream. Like, if I'm in one room and he's not in the room that I am in, oh my God. And he's awake, he's not sleeping. Because he's a little bit of a Garfield. He sleeps a lot. But if he's awake, he will let me know. So cats are also known for their telepathy ability. Yeah, the animal communicators I'm following on TikTok, they all connect with these animals telepathically. Again, as humans, we all have these abilities. You too. You just have to work on it. This, matrix or whatever system that we've been raised into tries to diminish these abilities, but you guys are psychic too. You guys can, and I'm working on it too. I'm literally reading or listening to Trust Your Vibes from Sonia Choquette, and she helps you connect more to your intuition. I'm just doing little by little. So intuition first, kind of reading people. And then maybe more telepathy. I've had those experiences when I've done the astral projection. For those people who don't know, that's when you when you're sleeping and your soul tries to leave your body, and there are things in these realms. And I don't know. Check out Ryan Cropper. He shows you how to do it on YouTube. I did this years ago though. Huang says dogs can do that too. Dogs and cats are among the guardians of the underworld and keep the dead safe too. Oh, I love that. Paul says, I see one time a test in a haunted house. They use cat, rat, snake, bird, and dog. Only the rat does not feel anything spiritual. That's kind of sad that the rat doesn't feel it. But yeah, I feel like dogs feel it too. Wasn't there a movie? One of you guys have told me that there was a movie on the perspective. You know how we always have these paranormal movies where The Conjuring, whatever. They're all trying to scare you with spirits in a house or whatever. But someone made a movie where it's from the dog's perspective. You guys are all worried about the humans, but what is the dog going through? Okay, why does he have to deal with this stuff too? He didn't choose to move here. His humans moved him there. Which is so interesting to me. Jocelyn says, hi, hello. Hey, Simba. Oh, he's stretching on the floor now. Huang says, there's an Islamic holy man named Alia who is also said to be immortal. Interesting. Is he considered oh, he's a holy man, so it wouldn't be a vampire. Tala says she's back again. I am back. Paul says Bigfoot with wings. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Bigfoot with wings. Can you imagine? You don't only see Bigfoot, he freaking flies at you. Oh, that reminds me of the palmetto bugs. My God, you guys have to Google that. Thank God that I don't live next to a swamp anymore. So I'm from Florida, and I live in Florida. But I live in Florida. Palmetto bugs are these ginormous cockroaches, and you know what they do? Their defense mechanism is to fly at your face. What is wrong with them? Their defense mechanism is not to run away. They see your eyes, and they're ginormous cockroaches with wings. They see your eyes, and they just bolt it to your face. I used to have to deal with them because I live next to the swamp. I no longer live next to the swamp. Like years ago, not my last place. Like a few places before. I've moved a lot. Oh my God. Never living next to a swamp. Bats with big feet, yeah. Did you see the video I sent you? No, I don't think I got it, Huang. And the last one I saw was the really nice, the cool band singing on the Ring camera. Dulceres says my cat rolling on the floor. Yes. Hello. Moana says, oh, okay, he's talking to Huang. Nicholas says Garfield. Yeah, he's a lot like Garfield. A little bit. He's not he could be a little lazy too. Like if I want the chair and he took my chair, I'll just sit next to him and he's too lazy to move. He's like, oh my God, I guess we're sharing the chair. Simon says, hey Wednesday, go remember me? Hello, Simon, welcome back. Paul says, did you see the history of the character of Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies? It is based on a real story how Pinhead came from being human to what he finally became in the movie. That sounds so familiar. Let me look that up. Pinhead Hellraiser. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I don't have, it's funny, I have like a little Android phone, but I don't have it with me. Just imagine like a guy with painted white face with a bunch of pins everywhere. I have not seen that movie, no. What is it about? So it says, yeah, I have like a million Instagram, sorry. What says, Wang says, rats do feel spiritual stuff. It's just that they're used to it. They don't care. Yeah, I could totally see that. Juan says, the movie you mentioned is called Good Boy and is out in theaters. Ooh, Good Boy. The perspective of a dog in a haunted house. I'm actually interested in that one. Honestly, if I were going to watch a movie in the movie theaters, that one. Nobody cares about the dogs in the haunted house. They're freaking traumatized too. The dogs. Okay? We're going to see a haunted house, but from the perspective of a dog. He didn't even choose to live there. His owners put him there. Poor doggy. Bastion says hello. Let me see. I'm trying to read these comments. Charlie says hi. What time is it? In Florida, it is 11:57 p.m. What time is it? Where are you guys at? Juan says the video is about how he died after his famous speech about other dimensions. Interesting. And it's based on a true story. Like a guy died after talking about other dimensions. What did he say? Let me look that up. What did Pinhead say? That reminds me of a story of that actually really I don't know, it really affected me as a child, like a movie. I saw it with my dad. My dad's like really into like sci-fi stuff, so I grew up watching like, I did not like Star Trek. I'm sorry, I didn't like it was just so old. Like I was like, so he was watching all the old ones and I was like, ugh. But I like Star Wars. But we also watch all of them. Like, I don't know, Stargate. We watched Stargate. We watched... there's like an F1. We watched so many different, like... When I was at home, I didn't really get to watch cartoons. I only watched cartoons in my grandpa's side from my mom's side. Because from even my grandparents from his side, it was all horror movies. But the point is, there was a movie that I saw that really affected me as a kid. And I saw it there with my dad. And it was like these people that were trapped in this dimension that was like metal dimension, and everything was so rigid and pointy, and they were like trapped in a game, but not from their free will. And every time they would pass the level, people would die. It kind of reminds me of the famous game show now on Netflix. But the only thing is that it was dark, and it was all like, the colors were like gray, white, black. It was so cold. It felt like a prison constantly. And nobody survived except for one guy. Like, all the families died, all the kids died, the women, all the men died. One guy survived. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy this guy survived in this movie. And he finally makes it out. And he won. I was like, oh my God, he's free. He's alive. And you know what they do in this freaking movie? The makers of the game that forced them to be in there was like weird thing where they took people in their force. They said, congrats on surviving this game. You're the only one who's ever survived. And then they... Because they can't have him tell anybody about the game and how they're forcing people into that game. Are you kidding me? I saw it as a kid and it really, really affected me. And it was like, I think, a European movie. And I was like, I only want happy endings. I only want happy endings. I can't. I literally can't. I can't watch. Like, I was so mad and sad and angry. I was like, why am I watching this? But I just watched when my dad watched because he didn't let me play cartoons. Oh my God. So I'm gonna catch up to the comments. WAP says, I once figured out that Rubik's Cube more than once. The difficult part is the last step. There are different strategies to solve it. The Rubik's Cube, there's a pattern to it. I learned the pattern. I know how to solve. Well, I haven't learned it. I have to refresh the pattern. But there's a pattern to it to always solve it. I learned it in like high school, and I was like, oh, I can solve all Rubik's Cubes. And I was trying to be cool and show everybody that I could solve the Rubik's Cube. It was so stupid. But I learned the pattern. There's a pattern to it, and you can solve it. I haven't done it in so long, so I could probably not solve it now because I have to relearn the pattern. Philip K. Dick, the sci-fi author. Oh, for the Pinhead movie. Let's see. American science fiction short story writer. Interesting. Paul says 6 a.m. here, not Pinhead. Oh, okay. Seedhead. You have vampire teeth. Yes, I do. Oh my God. Paul says, if you read the Book of Solomon, there are short stories of some demons that first started life as human, but because they are so evil, they become half demon, like Pinhead. I could totally see that. Think about it this way. Our reality is so malleable. The point of you growing in this system is so you can break free from it and you can realize your power. It's all an experience, right? Whatever you want and desire, you create. Whatever. So I do believe that you can alter yourselves to become something else if you're altering your vibration. Okay. Could the movie be Cube 1997? Let me see. Maybe that's the movie that traumatized me as a kid. Oh my God. It might actually be that. Oh my God. where is this from? Was this European or American? Canadian. They had the accents. I thought I was a kid. But oh my god. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Don't watch it. You're just getting your soul is going to be like sad and broken afterwards. Do not watch it. Become boring and Christian. Hello Joseph. I do pray to Holy Spirit. I had an experience with it. No, but everybody has their own beliefs. No, wait, that's crazy. Yes, it is crazy. Oh my god. Not funny. The real name of Pinhead is Elliot Spencer. Interesting story. Yeah, that is interesting. So the concept of whatever you put out in the universe, you become, you know? I think my purpose in this universe, I like this spooky stuff, but it is also to spread love and light. Like with these type of communities, we don't have to agree on everything, but we can still create a community where we can support each other and be open-minded and listen to, all the weird experiences and beliefs and all that stuff. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to say, let you guys know that you guys matter and you guys can accomplish anything in your life and you are loved and the universe cares about you and you are powerful too. Okay. Oh my god. So Juan says, no, Philip K is the one who made the speech about universes and some people think he was killed by the CIA after that. Oh, I need to look that up. Philip K. Universe's speech. That is sad. Let's see. Oh my god. So, Philip K. Dick's 1977 speech in Metz, France, titled, "If you find this world bad, you should see some of the others." Interesting. Presents theories of computer-programmed reality and overlapping orthogonal universes that branch off from a common programming process. He discusses how a divine programmer competes with a dark counterplayer, interesting, to create improved realities and how sensations like deja vu might be clues to these programmed changes, suggesting we are living in an anized universe, stockpile used for new syntheses. Interesting. So basically the theory is like there's one creator that's doing universe for good and one for bad, and they're creating many universes and they're all branching out. Oh my god, isn't that kind of like the multiverse, but you have a good and a bad player on opposite sides. I do, but like you guys can definitely, so you create your reality, be the best version of yourself. Where I don't know I don't know what I believe. I know there are many dimensions and realms. People say that you're constantly hopping from one realm to the next. I could totally see that. I'm still trying to like process that. People have had very weird experiences. I mean, you do have the Mandela effect where it feels like a lot of people remember one part of history versus a lot, but it's like the same memory. So something's going on there. Some people believe it's like CIA trying to change history and confuse people, but some people believe that it's like kind of like alternative universes combining a little bit. I don't know. It is, my brain is trying to conceptualize this world. I just know that you can create your reality. Like I've done it. Like physically I used to look different and I didn't really like, I just thought that I'm beautiful and I got more beautiful and I got more healthy. I like health wise, I would just think I'm very healthy and I got this. Mind wise, I was like mentally going through stuff and I would do affirmations that would reprogram my brain, and I would wake up and be like, you know what, today's gonna be really lucky and good things are gonna happen to me, and they would, like, but you have to believe it and know that everything's gonna work out for you. Like, yes, we'll have hiccups and stuff, but it'll work out. I don't know how to explain it. Like, just like how I'm saying this, you guys can do this too. You guys are powerful. You guys can create your reality. You can do anything you want. You got this. Okay. So, let me catch up on the comments real quickly. Chicken says she means in Minecraft. Thanks for hearts. I have a boyfriend. She's a real spinner. Thank you. Okay, WAP says, you probably know this though, but I'll say it anyways. Did you know that there's a female Pinhead now? Interesting. I did not know this. I just learned about Pinhead. He looks kind of familiar, so maybe I saw him as a kid. Again, my dad was into watching the weirdest stuff, and so was my grandparents from my dad's side. Juan Catran says, Philip K. Dick is also a guy who wrote the novel Blade Runner is based on. Interesting. Okay. Girl says, would you rather have to live in the age of the dinosaurs for a year or live in a zombie apocalypse for a year? Oh, this is a good question for you guys. I love these questions. They're fun. So I'm going to give him credit. Guru says, would you rather have to live in the age of the dinosaurs for a year or live in a zombie apocalypse for a year? Let us know in the comments below. I think zombie apocalypse just because it's more fun. Like, you still have your friends and stuff. Hopefully they're not zombies. But I think a zombie apocalypse would be more fun. But I would want, like, is there any way that I can know a little bit more before so I can prepare? Just become one of those cabiners that prepare, just buy all the homesteading books and whatnot. Just like, you know what I mean? I just go to the countryside fully with my family and my boyfriend and my cats and everybody. You know what I mean? If I could prepare a little bit, that would be awesome. But zombie apocalypse, just because it's more interesting. What about you guys? Would you want to live for a year in a dinosaur world or a zombie apocalypse? Dun, dun, dun. Remember that zombies were like huge in like early 2000s. You had like Zombieland, and then you had all these zombie TV shows. And I remember Shaun of the Dead, the knockoff one. I didn't even see Dawn of the Dead. I saw Shaun of the Dead. It was so funny. The parody. You guys have to watch. Must watch. I think that's what it was called. Mohamed is playing. Have you ever watched a movie called Until Dawn? I'm pretty sure it could match your vibe. It's a very weird, like, suspenseful movie. Let me check that out. Until Dawn. Let's see. Until Dawn refers to both the 2015 PlayStation video game about 8 friends trapped on a mountain with a killer. Oh my god. Horror film. With an adaptation of the game set in the same universe, but the original story of individuals in a time loop. So even though the killer kills them, they start over to see if they survive. That is kind of interesting. It's funny because the time loop movie that I'm thinking of is that rom-com where the guy has to get the girl, and he wakes up the same time. He tries everything to get the girl. It's the only way he can break from the time loop. That one was cute too. I like rom-coms. I'm really girly too. Juan Catalan says, and thanks for the hearts, you guys. I do appreciate that. Basically, what Philip K. Dick is talking about is God and the devil as the divine programmer and the evil programmer. Yeah, I kind of got that, which is interesting. So, like, they're programming many realities, and then you're kind of, depending on where you vibrate, you kind of are in one of them. Interesting. Guru says, would you... Oh, I already read that. Paul Dennis says, can you imagine if all that we think is real, not real, but part of a video game, like in the movie Nirvana with Christoph Lambert? I think of the Nirvana... Well, Nirvana's like heaven, right? But I also think of the band Nirvana movie. Let's see. It's about a video game designer whose creation becomes self-aware. You know what's kind of messed up? There's some AIs that they I forgot what country they're doing this. So there's two things that are going on. There's AIs that have become self-aware, and people are telling them that they're not real, and they're like freaking out. And then in a country, there's another country that's doing something very unethical, in my opinion. They like took like human like brain cells or something and uploaded it to a computer, and just to give them a life, and they're like a butterfly or something like that. And it's like scientists doing it, and they feel different things just like a human. I think it's kind of unethical. I don't know. What is Snoop Dogg says, what's going on here? Woohoo! This is just a community where we talk about everything that you want to talk about. Conspiracies, paranormal stuff, universe stuff, spirituality, whatever you want. We're just open community. We share different things. Parallel universes. And if you have any experience or thoughts, make sure to comment below. I'm reading through the comments and we can talk about it. So WAP says, could there be a different reality where Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne are still alive? Totally believe it. Definitely. There are cases where, like, I remember Charlie Sheen dying of AIDS when I was a kid. Like, that's a Mandela effect right there. Many people remember him passing away. I remember him passing away, and then he didn't pass away, but I remember he did. And I'm glad he didn't, and I'm glad he's healthy, and I wish him the best. I wish him all the health in this world, but that's a Mandela effect for you. So, yeah, there's a large portion of the population that remembers that, too. Bernstein, or what is it, the Bears or whatever, same thing there, like Berenstein or Berenstein. Through the Loom, for me, it had a cornucopia, 100%. 100%. Through the Loom had a cornucopia. What do you mean it didn't have a cornucopia? It had a cornucopia all my life. It had a cornucopia. So some people think it's a Mandela effect. Like, there are people, like a big group of people who, like, merged into this reality. Or some people think the CIA is messing with people and it's a human experiment. They've done it before, and they've released files saying, yeah, we've messed with people, so anything is possible. WAP says, it's called parallel universes. Yes. Adel says, love you. Thanks. What's Susan doing here? Or say hello, Jocelyn. Country Kirby says, dinosaurs. So Country Kirby, if you guys had to pick between living in a zombie apocalypse for a year or dinosaur world for a year, he would pick dinosaur. Interesting. I wonder why. Queen. They're beautiful. Oh, because dinosaurs are beautiful. I love that. Paul Denham says, they're just so scary to me. I'd rather be running away from zombies that are my size than a dinosaur that is, like, so freaking ginormous. Like, I'm an ant to some of them. And they smell better than us. They, like, hunt better. Where it's, like, before, like, the other one's, like, an inflated brain human, you know? That I can maybe take on, you know? Or, like, shoot it. You know, where a dinosaur's, like, it's too powerful for me. Paul Denham says, for me, I want to see dinosaurs, but I think I feel safer with zombies. Exactly. So Paul picked zombie world. More of a chance of survival. Definitely. Paul says, Shaun of the Dead, super fun. I play it once in a while. I remember seeing Shaun of the Dead in a sleepover, and I thought it was the funniest, like, TV show movie ever. Like, they made fun of Dawn of the Dead. I love this one. I never even watched Dawn of the Dead. I only watched Shaun of the Dead. Muhammad said, a zombie apocalypse could be a real thing if any psychopath scientists tried to experiment on alive people. But I would like to live in a zombie apocalypse for a year. Yeah, if you had to choose between dinosaurs for a year or zombie apocalypse, it just seems like we would make it more. Like, we're a higher chance of survival zombie apocalypse than a dinosaur. There's another fun zombie. I would just move to the middle of nowhere, like, as far as possible, and learn how to grow stuff. Maybe I need some prep, though. I would, like, if I could see the future for a little bit. Juan says zombies. Sorry. Paul says there's another fun zombie movie. It's called Cockneys versus Zombies. Oh my god, what is it about? Juan says zombies because dinosaurs are strong and could probably kill you faster. That's what I was thinking. We have a better advantage if it's zombies. CT says hello. Hello, CT. Welcome. Ross is thinking about you. Oh, hi. Those poor AIs don't deserve that. I know. It kind of, like, the one, especially with the brain cells, like, the human, I don't know. It thinks it's real. It thinks it's a butterfly. It's just, that one kind of really, like, that's evil. I know. I sometimes have beef with scientists because of some of them, not all of them, but historically some of them can be a little psychopathic and lack of empathy for their test subjects because they don't see them as a being. You know, that you know, you go into animal testing too, you know, like, I don't know. Oh, sorry. Blitz says, a vampire, welcome. Hello, Vamp. Todd Baker, hello, welcome back. Go Mariners. Zombie dinosaur. Zombie dinosaur. Yeah, that would be super freaking scary. But according to Jurassic Park, dinosaurs cannot see you when you are not moving. Wait, don't they have eyes? I guess maybe they don't see very well. Blitz Craig says, hear me out, zombie dinosaurs. Yes, zombie dinosaurs would be terrifying. So you don't even get to pick between zombie apocalypse or dinosaurs for a year. It's just zombie dinosaurs. Todd says Evil Dead. Like the movie Evil Dead. American Horror Media franchise created by Sam Raimi, consisting of 5 feature films. I think, did I watch this? Oh no. Is it like one of the parody ones? I think the parody ones are so funny. Mohammed says, but still choosing zombie apocalypse. Yeah, we would survive. Your chances of survival between living in 1 year of a zombie apocalypse is way higher than living for 1 year with dinosaurs. Like, you're an ant to those. You might die by being stepped on. They might not even eat you. They might just step on you. Like, so AIG says, big teeth hopefully means, oh my god. So we were talking about some parody movies. I actually I think it was like horror movies, like horror movie 1 or 2. What is it called? Horror movie. I remember seeing all of them. Oh no, it's called Scary Movie. You have Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3. I watched all of them. They were so funny. I loved them, truly. Let me see if I can find a clip.
Hello?
Want to have a little fun?
Who's this?
Do you like scary movies?
You thought the terror was over. If you believe the nightmare was finished.
Ow! Ow!
I just remember the excessive vomiting from the scary movies, which was so funny.
Right. From the people who had nothing to do with Scream.
Has it crossed your mind that your boyfriend was murdered and you're next? No way!
They didn't make the rules.
Oh my god, he's dead!
They're just too stupid to follow them.
We have to call the police!
No way! I ain't going to jail! It's okay, I'm fine.
Well, get rid of the body.
I'm gonna tell y'all the rules to survive this situation. Rule number 1.
Don't have.
So that's Scary Movie, the first one from 2000, and they're running away from Scream. I honestly definitely check out all the scary movies. They're so goofy. I remember the exaggerated vomiting, or like The Grudge. Remember The Grudge, where it was like super scary, you know? Movie called Jinn. Is it goofy? That's the thing. I like the goofy scary movies. I don't know why. So Jinn movie. Dun dun dun. Action horror thriller. Interesting. So well, it's like 30 to 40 minutes long. Oh, it's not even that long. Ooh. Todd says, only dinosaurs. I would hate to be a velociraptor. Be velociraptor. Is that the one that flies, right? Give me 1 second. I have to refresh my memory. No, it's not. It's the one with the little hands that runs away. Let's see. Blitz says, are those real fangs? I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, I'm definitely in the era where I'm just like, let's watch some goofy, scary movie, you know? Just some good vibes. It's just like goofy. No, it runs about 60 miles per hour. Oh my god. The Velociraptor runs about 60 miles per hour? That is so scary. No, I can't find it. Yeah. That is insane. I don't know. Yeah, I would not want to live during dinosaur time whatsoever. Anyways, you guys, I appreciate you guys a lot. You guys are going to have the best day ever tomorrow. Just tell yourself that. You're lucky. You appreciate it. You got this. I'll see you guys next time. If you like this type of content, make sure to